Hello, this is the TradeSite US Stocks Options and Futures Preview. Be careful how I say that. We have officially dropped Forex for now. We've moved on to just covering more futures contracts with more to come in the weeks ahead. We'll talk about some of that here today, but for now, Forex is no longer a part of TradeSite. We just didn't see the following. We've also moved Discord onto Discord from Adobe and off of Twitter to Discord as well. So our new Discord server is available to come listen to us for free, and our subscribers can get our calls through the various private channels in our Discord channel. Here's a look at the dollar index daily chart. We've got not much going on, obviously pretty flat, near highs, but pretty flat this last week. We're going to cover the pound futures instead of the pound dollar here anymore. So here's the pound. Dipped a little bit early in the week, then came back up. Really nothing there. Here's the euro futures. Same thing. All right, let's take a look at the stock market. This is the ES front month futures contract daily chart. And again, no counts, no patterns here. We're pretty much mid-range for the last 10 months. S&P cash looks about the same, of course. No secret counts here as well. NASDAQ popped on Friday after a pretty flat week overall. But again, no signal, no patterns here to be too focused on. The Russell 2000 was getting near the lows of the last 10 months and got a little pop on Friday with the rest of the market. Crude oil back down from as high of 95 earlier last week. Got down almost near 80 again, so back in range, although this is really kind of testing the breakout area, so we'll see how this holds. Gold did nothing and is sitting many lows, obviously. All right, in terms of Bitcoin, which we follow, this is still cash Bitcoin, sitting at around 28,000 still. Bitcoin moves and then it sits for a long time. That's kind of the thing here. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, new lows, bonds in free fall. We're talking about the biggest bear market in bond history here, so we're down quite a bit on the bonds. Bonds down, rates up, as they say. The VIX closed at 1745, but it did make it back to over 20 this week. The advanced decline ratio was kind of back and forth. Obviously positive on Friday, but it was pretty negative on Tuesday and pretty flat the rest of the time. Here's the trend with the 10-day moving average. That's the orange line. After a low close of 0.71 on Friday, puts the 10-day at 1.0, and that keeps us above the 0.85 blue line. That would be the point where you get a sell signal on the market. If moving average broke that, we're not there yet. 10-minute candles at the ES, so you can see what the week looks like. Closed up just a few points, really. That's last Friday on the far left. Monday was flat. Tuesday, gap down, went a little lower. Wednesday, no real gap, and then closed a little higher. Thursday, no real gap, closed where we started. Friday, gap down, filled, and went higher. That takes us back to where we were the prior close for the prior Friday. NASDAQ basically did the same thing. So not a lot of excitement here. Let's look at some of the individual stocks we like to follow. Apple, up 22 cents on Friday. Amazon up 11 cents. Meta up 67 cents. That's kind of a breakout. Heading back towards the highs on Meta. Google up 19 cents. Not much there, but also heading near the highs. Goldman Sachs was actually, these are wrong numbers. Sorry about that. Google was up more than that. That's the post-market stuff. Goldman Sachs up off the lows. Netflix hanging mid-range. Tesla looks like it's staging for a higher move as well. Nvidia looks good here as well. Boy, that's been really strong, hasn't it? And Zoom slipped to basically new lows. It bounced right off that red static trend line though. So that's what we got there. So let's look at our key stocks. No real counts, no patterns to speak of. We're kind of having to find some special stuff lately because it's just not that exciting of a market. In terms of economic data, you got Japan on bank holiday on Monday, and the U.S. bank holiday as well. This is, I assume, for Veterans Day. So we are, with banks closed, the stock market will probably be very light on Monday. No data really to speak of. Tuesday, we've got the NFIB Small Business Index at 6 a.m. We've got final wholesale inventories at 10. On Wednesday, we've got the PPI an hour before the bell, and then a couple of Fed members speaking. We've got a 10-year bond auction at 1, and the minutes from the last Fed meeting come out at 2. The UK releases a bunch of their data at 2 a.m. Thursday Eastern Time. Then we get the CPI here in the U.S. That's one of the big three for the Forex market, but we don't really trade Forex anymore. It could affect the futures for the currencies, of course, and the initial and continuing jobless claim numbers also at the same time. Natty gas at 10:30, crude oil at 11 because of the bank holiday on Monday instead of being on Wednesday. 30-year bond auction at 1, Fed budget balance at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And then we've got the preliminary University of Michigan sentiment on Friday, and that is it. So we're going to be halfway through October already by the end of this week. And the other thing to keep in mind is that the week after this one will be options expiration for October. So Monday bank holiday. Hope to see you on Discord. Come on by and have a listen. And check out all the new futures contracts. Charts as usual brought to you by Ninja Trader. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading week.